Blog Talk Radio.
This country is diabolical, and so when things befall them, they're like, what's going on here? They are incapable of seeing everything that is going on right now, especially. It is it's the hand of Yah. It has to do with the angels upon this earth, and the 400 years are up. But this country, they're mad because there are a major amount of people, our color, bronze, that are saying, whatever. Well, we're not really tripping about what's going on. If there's devastation that has occurred, where you live, that's it. Because in truth, though there's no way to do reparations for the things that have been done to us in the past, still, just like 2/3 of Hebrew Israelites will be left behind because they're acting like they're raccoons and they're still ascribing to that white Cesare Borgia. 2/3 of Americans, 2/3 of white America says we don't deserve reparations. Well, guess what? We don't want reparations now. Our Father is taking care of this. Our Father and our Mother are taking care of it, and it's just like the voting system that's going on. Who are you going to vote for? Well, I'm going to vote for the Most High. That's what I'm voting for. You better not tell nobody if I go out there and then even sign my name to anything that has to do with this system, because Babylon is falling. And, we are not the ones who wrote the words that the Most High wrote. He said those that lead into captivity, they will go into captivity. We didn't write that. We're just taking our ancestors' words for what they are, and that's it. And so I'm not really sure why they are angry, because they need us to feel for them, yet they've never felt for us. They never fell for us. Anything that we ask for, no, you don't deserve it. Pull up by your bootstraps, even though we didn't have boots to wear. And so now, today, Yahuwah, our mother, the Ruach HaKodesh, the angels are upon this earth, and damage has been done. And like I said, months ago, when I would say, well, you need to forgive your enemies and forgive them for, well, no, I'm no longer saying that, because that's not how the word of Yah reads. And so the word of Yah reads, vengeance is his, and so I'm just kind of going with that. And I had someone on my page who said, well, sis, you all going to be really, really surprised. Some of you all who think you're going to make it with it, you're not going to make it. And I'm like, I'm not really sure what type of raccoon this is, if this is a raccoon. What you need to do is you need to focus in on yourself. Don't focus in on me. And don't focus in on these other people. You know what? Every man is responsible for himself. Every man must work out his own salvation. And so you don't get a chance to tell me, because we are responding the way we should be responding. Nobody has ever cared about us. This nation has been diabolical toward us. We have had so many lives, and we continue to have lives that are lost. And then people are like, don't look at that. Look at this over here. Look at what is going on. No, for the first time in our lives, that we're reading for ourselves, and we're looking where we're supposed to look. In the meantime, while our Father Yah and our Mother and the angels and Yahweh Shai, Yahusha, while we're waiting for that grand moment, because it's on its way. This is only the beginning. While we're waiting, let us continue to consecrate our lives and get as close as we can to our mother, the Ruach HaKodesh. Get to know who she is, because we had like years and years of them putting in this, drilling into our heads. Put our money in the plate and then give our lives over. And all we had to do, we could just do wrong, and then we just ask for forgiveness, and then that's it. But let's get this one thing straight. They unalived Yahusha, whichever one you ascribe to calling him. They unalived him, and then they said, "Oh, okay, now we're going to use this as a platform to take the slave and keep him a slave within his mind." And so while we're waiting, because right now justice is happening right now. Vengeance belongs to our father and our mother. It's in their hands. Like I told them, you'd rather deal with us than deal with the Most High, because right now it's something else, and it's only begun. But while we're waiting, we are to consecrate our lives, stay close to our father and our mother. Know that Yahusha, he is on his way back to crack that sky. Be at peace, children of Yasharel. Shalom.
All praises to our Elohim, the Elohim of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All praises to our heavenly mother, our earthly mother. All praises to our brother, Yahweh Shai. And shout out to our nation, all those that are consecrating themselves, all those that are enduring and persevering, all those that are finding themselves approved. Shout out, all praises. All right, so real quick, you got these people, before I start getting into what we're going to discuss. And what we're going to discuss is what it states. The end of the birth pains is the beginning of a new life, is the rebirth of a nation. Not just any nation. Not just any nation. No. Not just any nation, but it's the nation of Yisrael, the Most High's people, who then usher in the kingdom to come. The reward, our prize. A lot of these people have eaten the dainties, talked a lot of crap, mocked and scoffed at us, lied to us, reclassified us, mistreated us, misinformed us, miseducated us. And they think that that's cool, that that's okay, that that's fine, because that happened so long ago. And it really didn't. It really has not. It's still happening to this day. But the beautiful thing of all of this is that we get to be rebirthed. Their fear, that's their consternation. The look that they have on their faces today is them becoming aware that this birth, they can't stop. There's no more Herods. There's no more Romes. There's no more Greeks. There's no more pharaohs that have been set up to take our lives, to take our lives. There's no more of them. The 70 shepherds are done. The last shepherd has no power. The last shepherd has to look upon his world, his or her world, being destroyed, and watching the rebirth of the nation of Israel, the true and living nation of Israel. As the sister said, they never really cared about us. They for a long time have dismissed our sorrows and our pain. And today, when we try to bring forth some understanding to them, they want to try to correct us incorrectly, and then be upset when they get corrected correctly. So they're mad. Literally and figuratively, they're mad. Pure madness is on the horizon. These people up in North Carolina, in the mountains, those folks are struggling. It's real talk. They're struggling. But the beast has come out of them to where they don't want nobody up there. I don't know what they're doing right now. FEMA, the government is working with them. But on the whole, they don't want to be bothered. And I, for one, say fine. Don't be bothered. Because my deal is to be redeemed. What am I looking for? What are we looking for? We're looking for redemption. We know we'll never be repaired by these nations, because how can a broken nation repair a great nation? How can they repair the nation of Israel? How can they do that? Why would we even look for them to do that? That's madness in itself. We have to be very practical in our zeal of what we want now. The times for us to ask for what we want is now. And collectively, if we ask correctly, we get it as a nation. Kamala and them and Trump and them, again, if the Democrats, if the Republicans win, the Democrats are going to blame we people. They're going to blame the Negro, the Negrito, the Israelite, because we're the ones that saying we ain't voting. Why would we give any energy to a system that's broken? So if I have a glass, because remember they got to drink these dregs, and the cup that we have, they got to drink, right? So if we take a cup and it breaks, sure, we can glue it, but why would we do that when they're going to have to be passed? So basically, they're going to have to glue it. They're going to have to glue it. The Father's going to put the dregs in it, and they're going to have to drink. That cup that we drank from, the dregs, is not going to be their cup. Their cup is going to be worse, figuratively and literally. It's going to be worse. They want us to believe in them still. They want us to have to believe that they will give us opportunities when they have not. They want us to believe that their system can get better if we allow them to continue to rule. Well, let me say this. It's not for us to allow them to rule. We didn't have anything. We didn't set them up to rule. We don't have anything with them continuing to rule. Their problems right now is self-induced, and they want us to help them in their endeavor to stay relevant, and that's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen, because the birth pains that they're feeling is us being rebirthed. That's why the redemption, they don't want us to be redeemed. They don't want us to believe in ourselves. They don't want us to help them. They don't want us to correct them. They don't want us to really be part of the system except for every 4 years. And if people don't see that, I mean, it's crazy to me. It's like every 4 years. And in this case, it's even worse. It was every 4 years, but it's 3 months from their vote they cared about us. And they really don't care about us. They just saying they care about us so that they can use us. Well, I'm tired. I, for one, am tired of being misused. Like, I'm not being misused. I'm not entertaining the folly of these people anymore. These people have lost the plot. They think that we have to be part of something when we've never been part of it from the beginning. Although we have been the integral part of it, we've never been able to benefit from it. And many of them will say, you know what, I didn't benefit. I went through this. I went through that. Well, that's not my problem. That's not my problem that the system has been set up for you to benefit and you chose not to. You vassals, you pretendians, sat around on your land and drank and got drunk and then wanted to get a casino and then have a lot of health issues. That's not my problem. That's your problem. That's your problem. All you other vassals of the Catholic and the Christian church, the Edomites, you guys, if you're broke as a joke and you ain't got nowhere to go and you didn't benefit, not my problem. Not my problem. This is your system. All you Negropeans, you Boule vassals who have sat around and tried to lead us astray and show us how to be an Edomite, right? How to be something that we're not. You may have benefited for a time, but now you're not. And that's not my problem. That's not any of our problems. What I will say is, and I can stand 10 toes down for the Most High because I know where I've come from. I know what and I think all of our stories are pretty much the same. We struggled, man. I struggled through the 90s. People say, well, that was your choice. Well, mentally, I just was not in the game. I was just not in the game of this system. I could not wrap my head around being all in. And it's not for not trying. I tried, but every step of the way, I found a lot of ism and a lot of unjust works. I found a lot of imbalance, and because there was nothing for me to do, I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't fix the problem. I had to rely on the system to try to help me. It made me dark. It made me dark. I began to not only hate the world and hate these people, but also hate myself. Trying to figure out why. Why can't I benefit? Well, I didn't benefit. 2000s came, still trying to figure out why. Trying to earn a living at that time. Trying to figure out how come all these people around me that I'm helping, that I'm teaching, that I'm managing, that I'm coaching, that I'm training are holding down six figures. And I can't even get to 60. I can't even get to 60. I got a house. I got a kid. I got a wife. I can't even make ends meet. Why? Still frustrated. Struggling mentally. Damn near mentally ill. Damn near mentally dysfunctional. But by the grace of the Father, the love of the mother, and the grace of our brother, I came out of it. And when I came out of it, my mind was open enough because I asked to come out of it and I was allowed to come out of it. I was told, you have to listen to this. And I learned biblical history. When my scholarship in this Eurocentric worldview world was Western history. But I put it together And lo and behold, I found myself. And I knew then that wasn't nobody going to take that from me. But I had to endure and persevere through my fledgling understanding of comeuppance. And I did. And the confidence and the strength and the boldness and the wisdom and the knowledge and the love of my people and the love Elohim allowed me to be here today and allowed us all to be here today. And that's what's beautiful, being here today, to be able to see the majesty, to have the joy to be able to see the majesty of the Father's creation. Something we haven't been able to really see. Why? Because there's no rest for the weary. And who's the weary? We were the weary. We even made our father weary. We made our brother weary. We made our mother weary. We are the weary. There was no rest for the weary. We have been worked mentally and physically to death. And they don't understand that because they've never had to be weary. Their weariness was, I can't believe I can't get this car. I can't believe I can't get this house. Mom, Dad, you need to give me, F you, Mom, F you, Dad. You need to do this for me. Like, I've never had that opportunity. All praises. Thank goodness. And now today, when my parents are back, my brother is back, my sisters are back, I'm giving great thanks every day because I'm walking in glory, the glory that the Father promised us for the redemption of his people. Why would the Edomites, the vassals, need redemption? Why would they need redemption? Now, time out. Of course they need to be redeemed, but why would they need redemption if they are unwilling to have gone through something, to even accept that they have gone through anything? I had no money and my parents were poor. My parents came over here and they worked themselves up. Blah, 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 blah. Yada, 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 yada. Well, my parents have been here, my grandparents, my great-grandparents, my great-great-great, and they just been working. They've been working. I'm going to say it again. They had been working. Still to this day, I'm working. We all are working. Where's our rest? Well, that's the redemption. The redemption is the redemption from our transgressions so that we can rest. Are we not tired of waking up early in the morning to go work for this man, for him to pay us some money, for him to tax most of it, for us to get the money and then turn around and give it back to him through bills and debt, all for him to turn around and give it to these ish people, to give it to these other people for war? And then they want to turn around and act like, oh, well, Kamala and Trump. What the hell? Who cares? They're going to do the same thing. Why? Because the system is set up that way. There's no president that can get up here and say, you know what, we're going to stop, we're going to do this, we're going to make it a righteous country. No, why? Because the world was given into the hands of the wicked. It doesn't matter. We're sitting around, well, not all of us, but some of us get caught up in this, in the historical narratives that they gave us. And then when we turn around and use the historical narrative that the Spirit gave us, they want to act ill on us. They want to act ignorant and be like, oh, well, you guys are cultural appropriators. Y'all are waboys. You guys are haters. And it's like, listen, we're none of that. Matter of fact, it's the complete opposite. We're in great joy. We're in great joy. And their problem is that they see us as just picking up a book yesterday, or rather 5 minutes ago, reading the preface, not even reading the whole thing, because they don't think that we can read. That we don't read nothing. We just look at the title and we just come up with all this, all that we know. We just come up with, which honestly is pretty much what would it be called? It's a testament. It's a good thing, because little do they know, in their foolishness of ignorance, they're telling us that we are smarter than the average bear. If we could pick up a book last night and start talking like we're talking now, that's the spirit. But they're dumb. They're ignorant. And they're a foolish people. And they're vassals that go along with them. Why? Because they don't even consider people who never had any history. I'm saying they don't have any history. I'm telling them that they're West African. We're telling them, they're telling us that they're not, that they're here. Wait, let me take a look at what they're talking about. Nobody considers. Kamala, she doesn't consider. Trump, he doesn't consider. All of Congress don't consider. Most of the world don't consider. But that's fine, because they're not supposed to consider. They're supposed to go down with the ship. And then have that look on their face because ain't nobody told them. That's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to be ignorant. They're supposed to be foolish. Why? Because a foolish nation he put over us. For us to be, which we're not, but for any of us to feel some sort of way about what they say, don't. It's their playbook. They have to play out their playbook. They're not allowed to see, to understand, to know, to grow, to have wisdom. They're not allowed. We sit here and we go, well, I can't understand why they won't or they can't. No, it's not won'ts and can'ts. They are not allowed. They have to work. And only after those that are, only after they that are not allowed see us in our glory and begin to steer within themselves the ability to study, to show themselves approved, will some of the cream rise to the top. The last bit. It's like that last head of beer. At the end, the last bit comes off the top. They don't think that it's wise to cleave to us. Why do we need to cleave to you niggas? You niggas ain't jack. Boom. We don't need to cleave to you. I'll never cleave. Okay. Don't. We ain't here for, matter of fact, we are not here to force you to cleave. We are not here to make you cleave. Matter of fact, we're not here to care if you cleave. That's not our business. We are here to do our task, to do our mission. Each and every one of us is different. That creates the kingdom to come. The temple's in us. It's not in them, obviously. Obviously, it's not in them. They may talk a good talk, but their actions prove that the temple is not in them. They are certainly not the cornerstones. They can't even acknowledge and be accountable for their history. So how then can they build the temple to come? How can they be part of the kingdom to come? If they can't even deal with repentance. Oh, well, I repent. I repent for my own sins. Nigga, please, you still doing what you're doing. I repent for, you don't know what I do. I do. Listen, I don't care to know what you do. I see your actions. Your actions are convicting you. You think Kamala, all these people in the next few weeks, 3 weeks, or however many weeks it is, until they get ready to go out there and cast their vote and then all be upset. Do you think that we don't see you? Your actions have been wicked. There's no doubt about it. Well, I go to church. Listen, you go to church, you believe in white Jesus. That idolatry is an abomination. Period. And if nations, Gentiles, Roman nations, Roman Gentiles, and the diaspora Gentiles, that's you Negropeans, you Afropeans, you vassals, you pretendians, if you guys do not understand that we are the light, not to be a light to you, but be a light to our people, how is it that you're going to find yourself through your own darkness? You're dark people. Every TV show, every music, every bit of music is about some sort of lusting or fornicating, and this is okay. So let me break this down. Every genre of music has to do with lusting or some sort of debauchery or some sort of essaying, okay? Some sort of that. Every movie or TV show is the same. Not one TV show, not one bit of music. Oh, well, the gospel music. Gospel music is wicked as hell too. Look at your boy Kirk Franklin, gyrating, playing with himself. Got tight ass gear on. Looking like a winch. So no, gospel music is degenerate too. So the whole world has been given into the hands of the wicked. The whole of the world. So if everything is about evil, because that's ultimately what it boils down to, it's about evil. If everything and everyone is eating off of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, and we say, nope, we want to eat off the tree of life because we are being rebirthed, then why will we entertain you? Everything, every stimulant is creating a vain imagination and a fantasy in the minds of these people at this time. We are breaking the fantasies and the vanities and the vain imaginations so that we can walk straight, so we can walk upright. And they are running around like demented, degenerate chickens with their head cut off. Which way do I go? Which way do I go? And then we say, hey, I wouldn't go that way if I were you because we've already done that. I've already been there. It's not a good situation. It's dangerous. Scoff, mock. You niggas don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Matter of fact, it's so funny today. It's so funny today that nobody wanted to be us. Nobody wanted to be black. Okay? Nobody. Matter of fact, they didn't even see us. They didn't care about us. It was just, we were nothing. Now everybody want to be us. Everybody. Now the pretendians are coming out talking about they Israel. You got the Africans saying that they all Israel. You got the Negropeans here talking about the Africans and them are Israel. You got the Edomites saying they're Israel. You got the pretendians, the vassals saying they Israel. You got the church saying that they're Israel. Everybody want to be Israel. Why? Because now that it's time to be rebirthed, they want to be rebirthed too. What's the problem in that? Because in fact, there's no problem with that. But in reality, there's a problem with that because they don't want to go through what? The birth pains. They don't want to have to endure what? The birth pains. They want to acknowledge what? The birth pains. Oh, this stuff is happening because of Harp. Harp is doing this. The white man's got all this strength. He can put stuff together and he can control everything. Matter of fact, the white man's the God. Really? So the white man is creating
a storm to destroy North Carolina, Poland, France, Portugal, Spain, and Cuba, everything. Like, so the white man is wanting to destroy his whole kingdom. For what? Now, they are a foolish people, mind you. They are not a reasonable nor rational people, mind you. But this kingdom that they have built on the backs of our people, on the backs of Israel, on the backs of the knowledge and wisdom that they've stolen from us, why would they want to destroy it? Why would they want to destroy all that they have? They don't get another chance. You can't tell me that they think for a minute that they're going to get another opportunity, another at bat. Well, shoot, I'll just destroy it all. You know what? I'll just rebuild it. Really? Really? Brother Sly and I were talking the other day, and and he was doing some due diligence. He said, check this out. I said, what's that? He said, so the New Testament relates all of the Old Testament books, has relation to all of the Old Testament books except for one. And which book is that? He had me guessing too. Which book is that? Obadiah. There's no mention of Obadiah in the New Testament. I wonder why. So, if there's no mention of Obadiah, their judgment, then why is it that we should entertain them, and why is it that they think they're going to get redeemed? Redeemed from what? Have they been oppressed? Have they had an imposition over them? Have they went through the Inquisition? Their own. I was training. What's tonight? What is it? So last night I trained this young kid, and we're talking about soccer. I trained him in soccer, and he was saying the kid's 13, okay, and he was saying about this soccer player, this Brazilian soccer player that plays today in Madrid in Spain. And he was like, he don't really care for him. And I was like, well, why is that? He said, because he's always whining about something. He said because he almost got Spain from having the World Cup, okay, the next World Cup, or the 2026 World Cup. And I was like, well, they need it. I mean, Spain is mired. That's what I said. Spain is mired in racism. The kid's 13. He was like, well, what does that mean? I said, it's rooted in racism. He was like, well, I guess, yeah, okay. And I said, well, the Inquisition. And he was like, well, yeah, that's true. But the Inquisition, they were doing. I said, stop, before you could get going. I said, stop. Why would the Catholic Inquisition be inquisitioning the Christians? And there was no witches. And he kind of stopped, and he was like, oh. That makes sense. And then I stopped the conversation because he's 13 and I had to train him. But the reality is that people are not thinking properly. And these kids who come my way, so she's the children, they come my way, they get hammered with critical thought. Because what's happening to these people is that they, first of all, were never reasonable. They never were reasonable people. Okay? Therefore, they never had reason. And because they were unreasonable and they never had reason, right? They were not a truly intelligent people. But what was going on was the Father took reason away from us. So we had no reason to be able to out-reason them to be over them. We had to be under them. Okay? So now that we've gotten reason back, and we can reason out a matter, they fall below us, plenty of steps below us, because whatever they say, we can reason it out. Whatever they do, we can reason it out. That's why they're mad today at us about how we are approaching them. Because we're not on social media cursing, ranting, and raving, calling them out their name. We're not out here cussing at them. We're not out here fighting them. We're not doing anything but coming with scriptures and reason of truth and facts of the matter. And these people are upset. It's so upset that they will do any type of video to try to come against us, and it never works. The dogs that the Catholics and the Gentile heathen Romans are trying to bring forth and bring out there are like puppies to us. These arrows that they're shooting at us, trying to hurt us, are meeting them, are turning themselves back on them, and they're upset about that. And we're good. And it's something to be said that it only takes two of us. It don't take many of us to destroy nations. It's something to be said about that. And that's what's happening today. It's not taking a lot of us to bring down their nation. Why the hell do they want us to vote so bad? Because if we don't vote, we ultimately bring down their system, their nation. Why? Because two nations, especially opposing nations, can't occupy the same space at the same time. So as we're being birthed, the other has to go. As we're grabbing Esau's heel to yank his ass down, he can't be over us no more. Esau knows this. The Edomites know this. The descendants of Esau know this. The vassals that he placed under him know this. The Horites know this. The Moabites know this. The whole earth knows this. That's why the earth, and you know, it looks like it's upset, but really it's not. It's just the earth is shaking off. The earth, the world is happy. The earth is excited to be able to rebirth Israel again. The earth is helping the woman. The woman is rebirthing Israel. And that's us. That's the beauty of all of this. Ezekiel 11:14-20. Again, the word of the Most High came unto me, saying, Son of man, thy brethren, even thy brethren, the men of thy kindred, and all the house of Israel, holy are they unto whom the inhabitants of Jerusalem have said, Get you far from the Most High, unto us is this land given in possession. Therefore say, Thus saith the Most High, although I have cast them far off among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries or the nations, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come. That's what he's doing now. All right. He's giving us a sanctuary, a reprieve, a bit of rest. But the world don't want us to rest. But he's rested us in our mind. He's given us shalom. He's giving us peace of mind, while the world is eradicating them, washing them away, literally. Therefore, say, Thus saith the Most High, I will even gather you from the people and assemble you out of the countries where ye have been scattered, and I will give you the land of Yisrael, and they shall come thither, and they shall take away all the detestable things, therefore, and all the abominations thereof from thence. And I will give thee one heart, and I will put a new spirit within you, and I will take the stony heart out of their flesh, and will give them a heart, and I will give them a heart of flesh. So, as he has taken this stone heart out of us, where we did not care about ourselves, our brothers, nor our sisters. He's put a heart of flesh into us to where we are caring about ourselves, our brothers, and our sisters. We are the people who have the care for the world. And it's back in us because he said he was going to do so. That they may walk in my statutes and keep my ordinances and do them, and they shall be my people, and I will be their Elohim. Thus saith the Most High. What part of this says that it's the church? This is speaking to a people whom he has scattered throughout the nations. Ish is not scattered throughout the nations. The vassals are not scattered throughout the nations. The Negropean is not scattered throughout the nations. The Afropeans are not scattered throughout the nations. Only a specific group is scattered throughout the nations. Goes back to what Brother Judah was saying. The wheat has been scattered throughout the nations. The tares are the nations. Like, we are the ones that's been scattered. Because the tares have grown up with us, we are few. The wheat is few. The tares are many. That's why he said, no, don't cut down the tares. Don't cut them down. Let them grow together. We can see who the wheat is. We'll harvest the wheat and the rest burn. The tares burn. But if you say these things to the diabolical Christians, Catholics, Hindus, Muslims, atheists, and everybody in between, and heathens alike, they would say we're hateful. Because in their mind, they say that God wants everybody. He wants everybody. Sure, he wants everybody. Of course, he would love everybody to be part of the kingdom to come. But because man has a choice, and he knows man will not, and let me say that again. Because he has given man a choice, and woman, a choice, and he knows that the strength of righteousness of that choice is only given to the people who endure and persevere, meaning those people who have gone through something, gone through an oppression, gone through an imposition, gone through a subjugation. Because only when you go through that would you understand who he is to bring you out of it. I mean, if you let's just say you ain't got no money, and all of a sudden, your granny dies and you get some money, you don't care. You don't even remember when you don't have no money. All you know is you rolling. Picture me rolling. But when you are oppressed at the bottom, no money, no home, no nothing to hang your hat on, mentally, physically, and spiritually, you know when you come up out of that you ain't going back to that. You know that. Like, that is a given. And that's why it's not for everybody. Of course, again, he wishes for everyone to learn, but because of the man's choice, he's not going to do that. And that's the point. Man's not going to do that. We're not browbeating anybody. We're not cursing, cussing, ranting, and raving on nobody. We're just saying, hey, that's not true. Hey, here's the history of it. I mean, on TikTok, this brother got his comment banned for saying bingo. What is that? Brother Sly and I get our comments banned all the time, and we haven't cursed, we haven't mistreated anybody, we haven't gone against any community guidelines, but somehow our stuff is banned. And at this stage, I'm like, whatever. It's not my problem. So if I'm telling you the truth and you don't accept it, and yet it is the truth, then who suffers? Who's really suffering? Is it me who knows the truth, who's telling you the truth? Or is it the person who bans you or the person who doesn't get that truth? Of course, it's the person who doesn't get that truth. It's the person who bans you and the person who can't get the truth because they banned you. So not my problem. And obviously, the Father does not want you to have it. And these pretendians, as for these pretendians who sit around and try to act as though they are something that they're not, it's going to be a rude awakening for them. And they are already at the bottom. And yeah, they could be our brothers and sisters, but you know what? Their actions speak louder than words. These Latinos, which again doesn't even make sense. Latin and Spanish is over in Europe. How in the heck and why would you think that Latin and Spanish or Hispanic is over here? Oh, well, Spain colonized. What? They did what? They colonized. Oh, they colonized. So is that fair? Was that just? Was that cool? Was that righteous? We know that. We know better than that. That's why they're going to have problems. That's why their problems is their own making, their own doing. This is of course, it's a spiritual warfare, but a spiritual warfare is a psychological warfare. And why is that important? Because that's the same thing that they've been doing to us. Everything that they did to us, they have to go through because they said they are us. Jake said, I am Esau. That's what he said. I told Isaac. Isaac said, well, who is this? He said, I am Esau. Okay? So we had to get hemmed up like Esau was going to get. We had to take on Esau's issues. Esau then took on our issues, but he didn't take the issues, right? He got the blessing. He took the blessing by force. So now, because he took the blessing by force, subjugated us underneath him by force, which rightfully so, because we said we were him. We took it from him, although it was ordained. I don't want no trouble. I'm just saying, now we get to have our true blessing. And now they get to have their true cursing. Now, how that will help them would be if they cleave. But their pride will get in the way. Much of their pride will get in the way. Much of it. And I'm seeing that today. And you know what? Not my problem. Not my problem. I don't even ponder that. I don't even cogitate it. Why? Because the Father has already written this out. His words cannot come back unvoided or voided. They have unvoided. His words will not come back void. So everything that they transliterated, everything that they tried to change, everything that they did change, and everything that they didn't change is coming back on them today, right now. That's why through these birth pains, they don't know what to do. That's why they walk around today looking at us, going, what's going on? Why is their countenance full of joy? Because 83 don't understand that it gives us great joy to watch our enemies fall. We're not mocking them. We're not boasting. We're not running out there on the corner looking at them, all these middle-aged white men that are and women that are on the corner begging right now, struggling. We're not mocking them. And if I had changed my pocket, I'd give it to them. Because that's what I would do. White, black, blue, indifferent. I would do that if I had it. And if I was walking, I'm not stopping my car, going in my pocket, rolling down my... No, I'm not doing that. I don't trust the world enough. The world is in the hands of the wicked, so I can't trust that. But if I'm walking by, they're sitting down, they're asking for something, and I have it, I'll give it to them. But could, can, and would they say the same for us? As a matter of fact, did they say the same for us? No. They mocked us. They spit on us. They called us names. It wasn't us. Your grannies did. Your great-grannies did. Those are the facts. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at your grannies. Be mad at your people. Don't be mad at me. I'm just calling it out. And I'm allowed to. I'm allowed to call out the wickedness in these people. And if they feel some sort of way about it, again, not my problem. What is this? Isaiah 62. For Zion's sake will I not hold my peace, and for Jerusalem's sake I will not rest, until the righteousness thereof go forth as brightness, and the salvation thereof as the lamp that burneth. And the Gentiles shall see thy righteousness, and all kings thy glory. And thou shalt be called by a new name, which the mouth of the Most High shall name. Thou shalt also be a crown of glory in the hand of the Most High, and a royal diadem in the hand of thy Elohim. Thou shalt no more be termed forsaken, neither shall thy land any more be termed desolate, but thou shalt be called Heshbah, and thy land Beulah, for the Most High delighteth in thee. And that's what that word, Heshbah, means, delighted in thee. And thy land shall be married. That's what, so we're the kingdom to come. It's our kingdom. We're going to be married back to our land, which is Zion. For as a young man marrieth the virgin, so shall thy sons marry thee. And as the bridegroom rejoice over the bride, so shall thy Elohim rejoice over thee. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day or night. That's what's going on now. Ye that make mention of the Most High, keep not silent, and give him no rest, till he establish, until he maketh Jerusalem a praise in the earth. The Most High has sworn by his right hand and by the arm of his strength, surely I will no more give thy corn to be meat for thine enemies, and the sons of the stranger shall not drink thy wine, for the which thou hast labored. But they that have gathered it shall eat it, and praise the Most High, and they that have brought it together shall drink it in the courts of my holiness. Go through the gates. Prepare ye the way of the people. Cast up the highway. Gather out the stones. Lift up a standard for the people. That's what he's doing today. That's why we're standing in boldness. He's given us a standard. The standard is righteousness. Righteousness is the standard. And these stupid people act like they don't even understand that. The standard has to be righteousness. The Father will not come into righteousness within his people, stand in great boldness. The righteousness. What do we want? Justice. What is justice? Righteousness. Balance. Like what? What nations? What world? What Kamala? What Trump? You want something from us, but yet you don't want to give us nothing? I can't give you what I never received. You want love? When did you give me love? When have you shown me love? That's why Yahweh I say, well, when have you shown me this? And they go, well, I did this, I did that. I never knew you because you never shown me this. Who did they never show it to? His people. And then they upset. They confused. They're looking around and dismayed. Oh God, what's this in the air? In the air, I see these aliens. Oh my God, what's going on the earth? And we're going, we're in great joy. They're coming with consternation. Again, the word of 2024, consternation. And if you listen to this, if you if you understand this word, you'll start to see them put it in certain places in their news. So consternation, feelings of anxiety or dismay, typically at something unexpected. I wonder, do you think that those people in New Mexico, in Poland, in the Carolinas, in France, you think that they are having consternation right now? Yeah, I'd say so. So lift up a standard for the people. Who can lift up the standard? Who can raise the sword from the rock? Only his people. Who are his people? Righteousness. The righteous. Behold, the Most High hath proclaimed unto the end of the world. Say ye to the daughter of Zion, behold, thy salvation cometh. So, we're the daughters of Zion. We're the Israelites. Well, wait, why do you need salvation again? Have you not ruled for the last 3,000 years? So you say? Have you not been on top? Have you not gained the whole world and lost your soul? And now you want to tell us that you can get salvation over us? That's what you're trying to say? That's your story? That's what you're sticking with? It would behoove you, nations, to hear and take heed to the words that are coming out of my mouth and all of our mouths. To take heed to it and cleave. Because if anybody, I'm going to say it again, if anybody needs salvation, it's us. Why would the Father come to the wicked and give them salvation? Like, come on. 3 years, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, y'all were talking about a rapture. None of y'all gave a good care about what the Father was saying, what the judgments were proclaiming, what prophecy was stating. You didn't care about the standard of righteousness. Now today, you seem to care, but you don't know it. Why? Because it doesn't know you. Why? Because you have not taken accountability for your actions. Behold, thy salvation cometh. Behold, his reward is with him, and his work before him. And they shall call them the holy people, the redeemed of the Most High. And thou shalt be called, sought out, a city not forsaken. That's our redemption. That's what we're after. People go, well, what are y'all talking about? Well, we're trying to be redeemed. I don't know what y'all trying to do. And in our redeeming, we're going to tell the truth. What would it look like for us to be seeking redemption, lying to you? What the hell does that mean? Like what? So now we're no better than you. All you're trying to do is keep us from our salvation, from our redemption. That's the whole thing. They want to get us all caught up in their madness, to retaliate, to be angered, and be upset at what they do and what they say. Why? You're already marked. What's the Charles Bronson? Yo, marked for death. You're already marked. What the hell? I'm over here trying to help you. I'm extending a hand. I'm giving you grace. I'm saying, hey, you might want to do this. You smack my hand away. Well, be marked. I don't care. I'm sealed. There's a difference. Isaiah 59. 10. We grope for the wall like the blind, and we grope as if we had no eyes. We stumble at noonday as in the night. We are in desolate places as dead men. We roar all like bears and mourn sore like doves. We look for judgment, but there is none. For salvation, but it is far off from us. For our transgressions are multiplied before thee, and our sins testify against us. For our transgressions are with us, and as for our iniquities, we know them. We do. In transgressing and lying against Yahweh and departing away from the Most High, speaking oppression and revolt, conceiving and uttering from the heart words of falsehood, and judgment is turned away backward, and justice standeth afar off. For truth is fallen in the street, and iniquity cannot enter. That was our situation. That was our situation. Again, that was past tense, was our situation. Yea, truth faileth, and he that departeth from evil maketh himself a prey. And Yahweh saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment. And he saw that there was no man, and wondered that there was no intercessor. Therefore his arm brought salvation unto him, and his righteousness sustained him. For he put on righteousness as a breastplate, and a helmet of salvation upon his head. And he put on the garments of vengeance for clothing, and was clad with zeal as a cloak. According to their deeds, accordingly, he will repay fury. He will repay fury. He will repay fury to his adversaries, recompense to his enemies. To the islands he will repay recompense. So shall they fear the name. Wait, let me rewind. To the isles of the Gentiles. Why is that important? Because the Gentiles have taken over every island of the earth. Every one of them. They've set up debaucherous rings of human trafficking on all these islands. The innocence and the souls and the blood has to be repaid. It has to be recompensed. And they think for a minute that that's just, oh, well, I ain't worry about that. I mean, I wasn't there. Get rid of the film. Get rid of the tape. Get rid of the pictures. I wasn't there. Wasn't me. Oh, he knows. Oh, he knows. You think he knows? Oh, he knows. So shall they fear the name of the Most High from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Most High shall lift up a standard against him. What's the standard? Righteousness. Righteousness. They can't fight righteousness. They can't. They can't even fight the truth. The bit of truth that we have. And we're not in our full-fledged of righteousness yet. Ma. And the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, saith the Most High. As for me, this is my covenant with them. What did he say? As for me, this is my covenant with them, saith the Most High. My spirit that is upon thee, and my words which I have put in thy mouth, shall not depart out of thy mouth, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, saith the Most High, from henceforth and forevermore. So, we're that seed. And then our seed is going to be that seed. So this is an everlasting, this is a continuation. It is a continuation of the standard. What we are the standard bearers. That's what we have been risen up at the end after the valley of the dry bones. We stand up as a mighty exceeding army with the the standard bearer of righteousness. And no wonder these cats can't do nothing. They're getting cut down left and right. Chop, chop, chop. And they want to come at us sideways all the time. Then they bring out some women, some of our women who look like us. Then they want to come out and start coming against us, talking about, well, I don't know why y'all are showing all this hate. And then all we're doing is showing their history, sis. That's all we're doing, woman. And then we got these men that want to come out and talk about, oh, well, Jesus. Listen, don't talk to us about Eurocentric worldview narratives, especially as it relates to stolen Hebraic scriptures. Don't. Like if you want to piss off the Most High and Yahweh Shai, do that. Convict yourself. Because it was never given to you. And if you're dealing with a Eurocentric worldview, it's not for you. If you're one of us. If you're one of us. So if you're trying to be with Israel, you're going to have to stand up as a standard bearer, as a bearer of righteousness. Oh, I don't even understand. The boy always talking about righteousness. I mean, he just talking. I mean, who righteousness? What is right? Well, let's talk about it right quick. Let's get the white man's definition. The quality of being morally right or justifiable. Justice for just us. Justifiable. We are just in our conviction. We are just in our communication. We are just in our words. These fools want to come out. They got this one brother who now is in Constantine Christianity, all on TikTok, dark-skinned brother, just yelling, emotional, talking about Eurocentric worldview, white Jesus. And I'm like, dang, brother. Why are you like this? That same zeal that you have for Eurocentric, the European white Jesus, if you brought that to the truth, the actual unadulterated truth, man, how much greater would you be? But obviously, you're not like me. So therefore, you are not me, and therefore you are right where you need to be. And because of that, let yourself be convicted. See, my convictions are daily. I convict myself when I see something crazy, when I see these unmodest women, when I see and hear madness, and I want to go and knock a fool out. I'm self-convicting myself. When I have thoughts of past actions, I self-convict myself. And then I self-correct by saying all praises. Thank you, Father, for bringing me out of that. I repent. These people don't do that. They're waiting for white Jesus to come and say, I take all the sins that you've done away, child. Let me just go ahead and you just do your thing. Go ahead and blaspheme everybody, lie, cheat, steal, and kill, because I'm going to take it all away from you. Not understanding that they are putting all the nails in their coffin themselves. And see, they're not even privy to the understanding that we have. They don't even have this wisdom. They don't even have it. I'm still trying to figure out, where are all the churches? Where are their pastors? Where is their God when all of these calamities is going on? Nobody is coming to save them. Nobody is coming to give them any peace. Huh. Imagine that. Imagine that. Hold on a second. Okay, Isaiah 44. Yeah, I'm all in Isaiah tonight. This has just been my this, I can't get out of it. I can't. I tried today too, but I couldn't. I was like, dang, thank you, Father. Anyway, Isaiah 44:21. Remember these, O Jacob and Israel, for thou art my servant. I have formed thee. Thou art my servant, O Israel. Thou shalt not be forgotten of me. Oh, well, God, you guys, that Old Testament don't mean nothing. It's this New Testament that Paul said, I have blotted out as a thick cloud thy transgressions, and as a cloud thy sins. Return unto me, for I have redeemed thee. So what are we doing? What are we doing? We are returning to our power. This is what's got them vexed. Because they want us to be part. They want their power. Brother Jude's been saying, Sister Pat, Brother Leo, all these people, and then everyone else has been saying that we are the power source. We are the ones that give power to their system. When we take our power away, their system goes away. So we're being redeemed by not connecting to their source. Sing, O ye heavens. This is what I'm saying. The whole earth, everybody, everything, or the whole creation is happy. Sing, O ye heavens, for the Most High hath done it. Shout, ye lower parts of the earth. Break forth into singing, ye mountains, O forests, and every tree therein. For the Most High hath redeemed Jacob and glorified himself in Israel. Think about the amount of energy and beauty and joy and glee and excitement that the earth, the birthing pains, is telling the earth right now. The animals are excited. They're just doing crazy things. The Gentiles are in disarray. They're going, why is there so many deers around here? Look at the deers just running around. Oh, there's a cat with the deers. Oh, my goodness. There's a mountain lion with a bear. What is going on? Because they're excited. They're coming out. They're going, is it true? Is it true, Father? Is it true? Have Jacob been redeemed? Thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Most High, thy Redeemer, and he that formed thee from the womb. I am the Most High that maketh all things, that stretcheth forth the heavens alone, abroad the earth by myself, that frustrateth the tokens of the liars. There you go. All these liars are frustrated. He's doing this. And maketh diviners mad, that turneth wise men backwards, and maketh their knowledge foolish. And that what's happening now? That confirmeth the word of his servant, and performeth the counsel of his messengers, that saith to Jerusalem, thou shalt be inhabited, and to the cities of Judah ye shall be built, and I will raise up the decayed places thereof. All praises, all praises, all praises, all praises. I got a little bit of time. I wanted to go through this real quick because, wait a minute, let me find it. Oh, goodness. 2 Peter 3. This second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure minds by way of remembrance, that ye may be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophets, and the commandment of us, the apostles, and Yahweh Shai, and the Most High, and Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue, as they were from the beginning of the creation. For this they willingly are ignorant of that. For this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of Yahweh the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished. But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day was with the Most High as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. The Most High is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. So here's what I was saying earlier. So he wants everybody not to perish. He would love for everyone not to perish and come to repentance. But, there's that conjunction, but the day of Yahushua will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in a holy conversation and God? Nope, I take that back. What manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of Yahweh, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat? Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. See, here we go again. This is what we're looking for. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, his covenant that he made with our father, Abraham, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. That's what we want. Wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things, be diligent that ye may be found of him in peace, without spot and blameless. See? All right. So the world is trying to set us up to take our peace, to make us spotted, and to blame us. But the Father is saying, hey, wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things, which is righteousness, to dwell in the place wherein righteousness dwells, be diligent that ye may be found of him in peace. So we have to have peace, be without spot, and blameless, and account that the long suffering of Yahweh Shai is salvation, even as our beloved. Now this is okay. So wait, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted that part to be stated, but then I want you to understand how they do things, because we've got to be able to read through their transliteration. So, just recap: our people just spoke. We didn't add no commas and all this other extra. Okay, that's English. That's European. That's Europeanized. That's Anglicized. Okay. So here in 15, 2 Peter 3:15, it says, and account for the long suffering of Yahushua being salvation. Okay, I just put in being because it says is, so whatever. Semicolon. Okay, semicolon. Even as our beloved brother Paul, also according to the wisdom given unto him, hath written unto you. Now, why would that be in there? Now, how does that even attribute to what is being stated here? Therefore, you know that that's a transliteration. They put another semicolon. Unto him hath written unto you, semicolon. As also in all his epistles, comma, speaking in them of these things, semicolon, in which are some things hard to be understood, which they that are unlearned and unstable rest, as they do also the other scriptures unto their own destruction. Yea, therefore, beloved, sing. So wait, let's back up. Let me take this out so we can read it properly. Because, see, that's what I'm saying. That's how they get us all bamboozled. Okay, so I'm going to read 15 again as it should be read. Nope, I'm sorry, 14. Wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things, be diligent that ye may be found of him in peace, without spot and blameless, and account that the long suffering of Yahushua is salvation, in which are some things hard to be understood, which they that are unlearned and unstable rest, as they do also the other scriptures, unto their yea, therefore, beloved, seeing ye know these things before, beware lest ye also be led away with error of the wicked. Fall from your own steadfastness, but grow in grace, and in the knowledge of Yahushua. To him be the glory both now and forever. You see how they did that? And that's why I didn't read the top part. No, I did read. But that's what I've been doing. I've been trying to read through their transliteration. Because, even as our beloved brother Paul, also according to wisdom given unto him, hath written unto you. What? Why are we idolizing Paul there? What does Paul have to do with any of this? It's talking about Israel, righteousness. They make me sick with their madness. They do. They really do. They make me sick with how they have done our word. Let me see. Bear with me a moment. I want to end with this.
I got up this morning and I was just really, really, really overwhelmed in such a good way, in such a mighty way that, I thought about how broken I was, how truly broken I was. Potsherd on the ground, just pottery broken, where, as far as I was concerned, nothing could put me back together again. It's like after 17 years of doing business and serving Esau and those wealthy Gentiles in the most immaculate way and just pristine way, and even though I was serving them in a pristine way, I was dirty and broken, and by the time Yah found me, because he was never lost, by the time he found me, I felt like there was nothing that anyone could do to put me back together again. I lost my business for 17 years. I come out of homelessness. And then when I came back home, eventually to my brothers, one of my brothers just outed the fact I was 61 years old. He outed the fact that I wasn't even really a full sister, that my father was not, my daddy was not really my father. And so, I was shattered. And then, the Bible, even though it is a corrupt piece of material that they stole and they plagiarized and did all kinds of things, still, Yah knew how to find me. He knew exactly what to do, because I opened up the book and it just fell open to Jeremiah 1:5. And that scripture says, "For I knew you before you were even formed in your mother's womb." And so after that, like so many, many, many miracles happened within my life. It's like, even though I lost my sons to the church, I lost my business, and I didn't just lose my sons to the church, but I lost them to, like, each one of them, every last one of them were married into, outside outside of my race. That's the best way that I know how to say it and make this video short. And it's like, I love them still, but it's like when they, for some reason or another, when they marry over in that side, but then they leave their homes and they do not come back. And so it's like I lost everything. But when y'all puts you back together again, there's no breaking again. And to look at my life now and look at the people that I found, the children that I found through TikTok. I don't know how long TikTok will exist, but it will exist for as long as Yah means for it to exist. I mean, it's not going anywhere. But I found the type of love and concern that I could never, and even I could never find anyplace else. It's like when he puts you back together again, and then when he opened my eyes to who I am, and this surname that I did not know existed, Yasharel. I did not know who I was. I just had no idea who I was, and that I was in the midst of a matrix. And I say that to say this, that he takes the broken pieces. He doesn't take those people who are like they believe that they're so well put together. There's a humbling that comes from, losing everything and being homeless. And then when he brings you back home, and I literally was homeless, but when he brings you back home, there is no plucking out from Esau nor the Gentiles. We are to hold on tight. I've found such peace and such joy. There is nothing that anyone can do to take away and to take away this joy that I have in knowing who I am. And today when I work with my brothers, and this brother who outed the fact that that my daddy was not my father, I'm so grateful to him, because without that, I would not have gone in search of myself. And when I found out that I'm searching for myself, I realized I'm really searching for Yah. And I found out that I didn't just have a father who cared, but I also had a mother, Ruach HaKodesh, who cared. And then I found out I had this brother. Who cared, Yahusha, who cared, or Yahweh, however you ascribe to calling his name. I found out I had a brother also, a father, mother, and brother. And know that our Father's eyes are consistently turned toward us. We have nothing to fear. We have nothing to worry about when they ramp up their violence. We have nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. For our eyes should be turned constantly and consistently toward our father, our mother, and our brother. And we have to know that they are present with us. And then not only that, Yah has prepared a place for us. Our mother has prepared a place for us We have nothing to fear. We are safe. We are sound and we are protected. No matter what happens, no matter where we go, no matter if we go into the dark, we are protected. If we venture off into the light, we're protected. There's no corner that he does not see. There is nothing that goes on upon this earth that he does not, that our father and mother are not cognizant of. They knew it before it even happened. And so many times, our father and mother are trying to bring us to a place where we know how broken we are, so that we know how highly favored we are in the putting back together again. And once our father puts us back together again, once our mother holds us in the midst of us being put back together again, there is no taking apart. So we are to rest easy and know that we are protected children of Yasharel. Be at peace. Know within your heart, in the brokenness, that we are protected. We're protected. Shalom.
All praises. All praises. Indeed, we are protected. All praises. Shalom.